Good morning, everybody. Wake up.
Wake up, wake up.
In Provincetown. This week featuring
Wake up, wake up.
Can I have some coffee?
Wake up, wake up.
Make it strong, please. Hey. Oh. Hey.
Wake up, wake up.
Oh. No, really, can I have some coffee?
Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up.
Good morning, everyone. It is the Carnival Hangover edition of Wake Up in Provincetown.
Fresh squeezed orange juice gets you right here.
Yeah, it really does.
That first
Yeah.
sip here. Ooh.
But we needed our vitamins this morning.
Hey, everybody, it's August 23rd. Happy post-carnival.
Oh,
Look, one string of illegal beads. Illegally no, I'm kidding. Nobody threw them. They were handed to me at work. Did you catch any beads?
no. Two people did. Well, someone threw beads at me,
Mm-hmm.
and I was annoyed at first, and then I realized it was a friend of mine trying to get my attention, and I had to quickly change my,
Face
I was like, and then I realized it was my friend.
from your resting annoyed face.
No, I was on a carnival float. I was resting joyful face.
That's what I heard about you. Your first carnival float experience.
Yeah, it was really fun, really wild.
How in your 9th summer are you finally on a carnival float?
See, I kind of always thought that I didn't want to be on a float because I didn't want to be like tied down. But I think I realized that it's almost better to be on a float because I generally spend the day like worried about where I should be and where's the right spot and am I going to be able to see and am I with the right people? But especially being on the brewery float, I was always with the right people. It was all my besties from the brewery. And you just like had a spot and you got to see everyone and go down the street. It was really fun, really magical. The brewery's float was Boston Spilt Tea Party themed.
Picture of it on the screen
No,
right now.
I didn't get a picture of the whole float, but like there's other pictures. Oh, great.
Excellent.
We have a
Thank you,
montage
Sam.
that Babes and Boys was busy yesterday, so we don't have an event video today, but they put together a slideshow of really great carnival moments. So we'll play that for you later. But did you have the pictures of me from the float up now? Okay. Do you have them? Oh no, they're in overlays. So everyone else, I just like, you know me, for carnival, my carnival costume was always naked with something. Like last year I was a troll, so I was just wearing like tiny little underwear and a troll wig. So I always try to go like, how can I be naked but still in a costume? Which was more difficult because I showed up to like get dressed and they had like full Revolutionary War style costumes. And I was like, how can I make this work? So I just put on the wig, the cravat, boot covers, and a little thong.
And it wasn't too cold for that?
No, I mean, honestly, it was, I can't imagine Carnival ever having had more beautiful weather for Carnival Day. It was just a touch warm, breezy, chilly. It was great.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm envious.
Yeah. But we had the whole crew, Elaine, the Chris's,
Elaine
Britta, Michaela, Tyler. I don't know if anyone got to meet Tyler, but Tyler worked here at the brewery this past summer, and he also did kayak tours through Coyote Kayaks. But it was his last day in town, so like, what a perfect day. But I'm gonna go visit him because he lives just outside Indianapolis, so I'm gonna go visit him and also see an Indiana Fever game while I'm there.
It's already time for people to start
I
leaving.
know,
The
it's such a
summer boys are
bummer.
taking off.
Yeah,
The summer kids, the summer help.
I am. But the float was amazing. But going down Commercial Street on a float is so great. You kind of get to see everything. My favorite part of it was the straight people, men and women included, staring at my bulge. Yeah. There was one point in front of Grab and Go, there was this woman who was...
Did she grab and go?
No. She was elderly. I would
Mhm.
guess probably 85.
Mhm.
She had like the cutest little like coiffed white hair, this cute little press shirt. She was sitting in a chair with her legs crossed. She looked so prim and proper, but the way her eyes went from my face to my bulge, from my face to my bulge, from my face to my bulge, was pretty wild.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was really cute.
I have long maintained that the most fun you can have on Carnival Day is by being on the float.
Mm.
You really do get to see the entire length of town. The parade, and if you get there early enough, you can see all the floats before the parade starts. So it's not
Oh,
like
yeah.
you're missing the parade.
I
itself.
did really miss the parade. I
Well,
didn't see
you're
any of
part
the
of it. When you
floats.
are the parade,
Exactly.
sometimes you miss
Exactly.
some of the parade.
Yeah.
But did you win a prize?
We didn't win.
Who won prizes?
Okay, let me see. I have it.
I heard you won something.
Yeah. Did you win?
Weren't you with Frolic?
Oh yeah, Frolic did win. Okay.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Even the people who won prizes yesterday at the end of the parade don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't
they
know
won
if any. I
prizes.
don't know if they announced it yet. So okay.
They
Uh-oh.
usually tell you at the end of that day. By the end of yesterday.
I
everybody
texted
knows.
Trevor and Carmen and said, "Is there any news to report on who won floats?" And they told me, and they know I'm the press. So maybe we're breaking news early here, but like, wake up viewers, you
what
get
we
it here
do.
first. So best overall was the Crown and Anchor. Congratulations to the whole staff.
What was their theme? You really didn't see anything.
Renaissance and Revolution. I did see that one. I didn't happen to notice the theme. It was beautiful though. My friend Noah is from New Orleans. He is I'm fairly certain, a full-time float designer.
Mhm.
When you live in New Orleans, you can be that. But he comes up every year to do the float for the Crown and Anchor and also decorate the courtyard at the Crown and Anchor, which was also beautiful. So congratulations to Noah, the whole team that made the float, and the Crown and Anchor. Awesome job. Yes, that's what it was. Jewels of the Crown. Puppets. Why? Because
Oh.
everyone loves puppets. Best large float. Congratulations, Priscilla. It was Frolic.
From Harlem to Beyonce.
Oh,
To
we're
Harlem and Beyonce.
best small float was Maurice's Campground.
Mhm.
Any news to report? Anyone see that one? Okay. Best walking was Floral Illusions. Anyone know if that was like the Illusions women? No? Okay, we don't know. Best musical was the Catnip Band. Best self-propelled was the Mid-Cape Lesbians. I love that. Best artist matchmaking was Izzy Burdan. And most sustainable, rightfully so, was the Center for Coastal Studies.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know they gave a prize for most sustainable.
Yeah,
Did they announce what next year's theme is?
they did. It's summer camp. I'm honestly shocked.
Summer camp.
The brewery, I feel like, should have been up there for best most sustainable.
Why?
It was all made from scrap wood, and all the decorations were bought at thrift shops.
Well, you were competing with the Center for Coastal
That's
Studies.
true. They probably made it out of. Oh, Trash Pirates! I love it. Fine.
Yeah,
Congratulations
see.
to Center for Coastal
Congratulations
Studies.
to everybody that won a prize and didn't know yet until right now that they won a
Yeah,
prize.
yeah, Priscilla. Yes, the next year's theme is summer camp. So I'm guessing like camp in the summer, but also summer camp,
Mhm.
camping. I do think I know what I'm going to be.
Already?
Yeah. I feel like if the theme is good, it just hits you.
Mhm.
I think I'm going to be like a sexy mosquito.
Like,
Sexy s'more.
Ooh. Okay, I like how your brain is working because I was like, is everyone just going to be Boy Scouts and
we need to bring Steamy Brown out of retirement to go through.
Steamy Brown?
You don't know DJ Steamy Brown? The children, they must be taught.
Who's Steamy Brown?
Steamy Brown? You know Frankie.
I've been here for 10 years. You guys aren't doing a good job teaching.
Frankie that does he still sell ice cream at Spiritus? You know Frankie.
Oh, yeah.
He was DJ Steamy Brown, and when he would do numbers at Showgirls, he would come out head to toe, very your style, nude, but like covered in s'mores or Cheerios or like,
Cute.
and then sing an original rap.
Oh my God.
And like
I
cereal
love
would be
that.
flying off, and parts of his body would be swinging around.
Hey.
And I missed Steamy Brown at Showgirls.
I feel like he should be in a drag family with Sunny's drag character.
Who is Sunny?
Hershey Squirts.
Ooh.
Good. Steamy Brown is better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
bring back Steamy Brown and cover him in s'mores.
Yeah. I'm maybe I'm not supposed to tell.
What?
I'll
Just
talk about it
tell
later.
us. No, tell us now. What's it in relation to?
How was work last night? It's relation to the carnival pool party, so I will talk about it later when I talk about the carnival pool party.
Work was nice. So this was my first day working carnival
Mm-hmm.
in about 15 years, but Peter got stuck working, and because it is our anniversary, he was like, well, I have to work, so you might as well work too, which is faulty logic as far as I'm concerned, but I did it.
Work.
I took a shift because my friend needed to go to a wedding. And so we weren't open for happy hour because the owners want everybody to be able to enjoy at least part of the parade.
I
heard
saw
it
them
started
enjoying.
really late. Did it get off
That's what
late?
people said, but we left at 3.
Really?
The parade started at 3, which is when it's supposed to start.
But I get to work and the front door is locked and there's a sign that says, back in an hour, went off to enjoy the parade. I was like, but some of us have to get in here and work.
No one was in the building?
Just Johnny. Like everybody left to go
Wait,
watch
no
the
Tommy
parade.
on Carnival?
Not on Thursdays.
Oh, wow.
Not this year. But work it's fun. Everybody seems to be in a good mood.
Yeah.
I will rant for exactly 30
Oh.
seconds though, because people have been out drinking and doing whatever else all day long. So some of them are pretty starving, and also some, not on planet Earth. This person, this guy, he sits down right at 5:30, and obviously it's a holiday. Like the place filled up kind of all at once.
Yeah.
Anybody with working senses can see that.
Not a lot of those in
No.
province.
And so this guy goes, I want 3 courses. I want this and this and this. I don't want 2 of them at the same time, and I don't want to be rushed. I have to warn you guys, if you say that, they're not going to rush you. And then you might, because it's really busy, be like, where's that?
That's insane. If you
Yeah.
say don't rush me, you don't get to complain about your food taking a long time.
Thank you. So he has his first course, enjoys it. He has his second course, enjoys it. And then finally he goes, and this is at 6:22. We opened at 5:30.
So it's moving.
It's moving.
Yeah.
At 6:22, he goes, this is taking forever. I don't even want the pasta anymore. Just cancel my pasta. It's been like an hour and a half. And I said, we haven't even been open an hour yet, and you've had 2 of your 3 courses. And then he goes, because he's like, oh, what did I do something wrong? And I was like,
Yes.
here's your bill. I took the pasta off. Now, hit the road, Jack. You can't complain that your food's taking too long when you demand that they not rush you.
Yeah. There's a certain type of guest. Like you can tell when they walk in, they think being at a restaurant is a battle with the server. Whoever's serving you, they're the enemy, and I have to do you know what I'm talking about though? I'm like, girl, I want you to have a good time just as much as you do. Let's work together.
Yeah, I'm on your team. I'm here to serve you. Serve her.
Yeah. Let me show you a good time. That's what I'm here for. I'm very good at it.
Yeah, it's just this the rounding up of time. I've been sitting here for 3 hours. I'm like, you haven't though.
You literally haven't.
No. You are in outer space, and time works differently in space.
But besides that, uneventful at the Red Inn yesterday.
That was the only bad customer.
Cute.
The whole day was perfect and delightful.
Yeah, the Carnival. I've worked Carnival at the Red Inn before, and always is like a good time.
Yeah.
The guests generally are in a good mood. The staff is drunk. No, it's fun.
It was a good time.
Yeah. After Carnival, I figured I would. After the parade dropped us back off here at the brewery, I figured I would go over to the boat slip to hit up tea, see the costumes. I took out my townie pass, went to hand it to the guy, looked down the little hill, and there was just a crowd of people trying to push in. And I was like, just kidding. I'm going to go somewhere else. Congratulations, Crown and Anchor. I'm sure that was a wild, to the boat slip. I'm sure that was a wild tea for y'all, but unfortunately, I couldn't be a part of it. I just can't with the big crowds,
Well, then don't go today either.
Oh, yeah.
Today is kind of the busiest day of the year for businesses, I think.
Is it?
Yesterday wasn't the busiest restaurant day because everybody wants to be outside. Today, they're all hungry,
Yeah.
hungover.
But the weather's beautiful here in Provincetown.
Perfect. Gorgeous. It's getting back to warm again. It was a little cool for people. Summer cool. Like high 60s, low 70s. We're getting back up toward 80 this weekend and for the next week. Right?
I'm glad because as much as this weather is pretty nice, it's August. Let's get some August weather.
Sean's going to tell you more about the weather later.
Yeah. Then instead I headed over to the Porch Bar, which was so cute. They had kind of a low-key hangout post Carnival parade. Alex Dropo, James Cerny and as well as Andrew Haig were all DJing,
Fun.
and it wasn't very packed, but so it was really cute, really fun.
Excellent.
Yeah. Then I had dinner at the beer garden for the first time this season.
Chicken parm.
Yeah. No, I did not get the chicken parm. You know how I don't like chicken parm without pasta. And I was gonna try to get Todd to split the chicken parm and pasta with me, so we could each have like a chicken parm meal. But he wanted all the balls, meatballs, arancini.
Oh, arancini too.
We just got all the balls,
Mhm.
and it was delicious. And then I scooted on over to the underwear party, which was short lived, just because I had to be here and I had a long day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I take you back to Monday for a second? though?
please.
It was the opening of David Rowley's Provincetown show,
No way.
Mr. Love.
Work.
I got to go to that.
Mm.
And I love David so much. He's so talented. He's one of my favorite singer piano men. And what he failed to mention when he was on this show last week was that there's like a 4-piece band accompanying him.
Oh, no way.
Mike Flanagan's on sax.
Work.
There was a keyboard player who I believe is new to town this year who was like a prodigy. This kid was amazing.
Oh, I think I stopped by Let Me Be Your Star
Mhm.
Monday night, and it was your own Andrew and also this person. Did he have like a little like piano that he played with his mouth?
Not here, but I
Okay.
don't doubt that he did
Yeah.
that somewhere.
It was I mean, I'm guessing it was the same person because like someone was singing a song, Yaron was playing for them, and he was just like riffing on this instrument, and then he's like, "I just got it in the mail today," and I'm like, "The fuck?"
Yeah, very incredibly talented musicians.
Mm.
Super fun show. And then on Wednesday night, I went with David and his husband Rick and Peter to go see Shaboom at the Gifford
I'm
House.
seeing it Saturday.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
You're gonna faint. I loved it. It
Yeah.
was so much fun. It's indescribable. It's very, very. It was kind of SNL-esque feeling,
Oh,
like
word.
very sketch and like off the wall sketch though, but very like side splitting.
I do have to tell a funny story. So we had Shaboom on last week. The three of
Mhm.
them were incredible. A really amazing interview. I can't wait to see their show. And afterwards, Paul was like, "Oh, let's exchange numbers so that I can get you. We can talk about seeing each other's shows." And I'm like, "Oh, great." So we exchanged numbers. A few days later, Bob texted me. He's like, "Hey, what's Christine's number?" I was like, "I don't know, Christine." I had no idea that Paul was also Christine.
Yeah.
That's wild to me.
That's because the last time Paul came on the morning show, Paul came on as
Mhm,
Christine in a full Christine drag at 9 in the morning. And if you're unfamiliar with Christine, just Google her right now. It's Christine with Teene. And she's a legendary New York
Yeah.
/ New Orleans queen that, it's like,
It's a lot for 9 in the morning, Christine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
can be kind of scary to
That
people.
was when Christine was here for the music festival
Yes.
where she did that like 9-piece band. It was one of the coolest things I've seen in Provincetown.
Mhm.
So I'm
that
excited
was
to
Christine.
Yeah, that blew my mind. But I ran into Paul yesterday, who looked really cute for Carnival, and I was like, I have to tell you. It was so funny.
He couldn't believe it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he knows he lives in his characters.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anything else you get up to this week? Any other shows or anything?
No, those were the two shows that I saw. You have 2 more chances to see David Rowley at the Red Room, both Mondays, the next 2 Mondays. And Shaboom, I believe there are a few left.
I think it closes on Sunday.
Okay, so it's Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. One more week of
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Or it closes this Sunday, like the
This
day after tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, so then there's just 3 chances. This weekend,
Mhm.
go see Shaboom if you have time.
Yeah.
If you don't have time, make time. Cancel whatever it is that you were supposed to do and go see this instead.
I do have to tell another fun story. Well, I was at Porch Bar after a long day out on Monday, which I'll tell you about in a moment. But my phone was dying, and I hate going home at night because if I go home, I'm staying home, and I wanted to stay out.
Yeah.
But there was one of our viewers that I met on the street while barking for Devil Wears Payless, and then I saw him on Scruff very close to me, and I messaged him. It was like, weird question. I know you're staying at the Gifford House. Any chance I could come and charge my phone? And then my phone, he's like, yeah. And before he could tell me his room number to come up, my phone died. And I found out later that he spent the next 20 minutes running around Gifford House trying to find me with a phone charger.
Aw,
So a very big thank you
that's so sweet.
to my knight in shining armor.
I heard you met a couple of knights in shining armor this week.
What do you mean?
Didn't you play
No.
pool with someone?
No.
No billiards?
No billiards. I'm gonna kill you.
Interesting.
You're the worst.
Oh, can I make one more rant?
Sure.
It is August after all. Some of us have Augustitis, a word invented by Mary Heaton Force in her book Time in the Town.
If you want to learn more, we just learned that from the Provincetown Independent.
There's an article in the Independent about Augustitis. Pick up yesterday's paper and read it, because we were having this conversation about Augustitis, and Mark's stance is he's like, no, the people that come in August deserve the same energy and joy that you gave the people in June. You're not allowed to act tired and over it just because it's August. Disagree. Ethan is over it.
I don't think it's an allowed thing, but I think it's an energy thing. If you don't have the energy, you don't have the energy.
Right. And we've all been working for 4 months. In June, we had been working for 2 days. You know, we're like in the home stretch, as they say.
It's their fault.
Powering through. No, so before we went to Shaboom, we went to have dinner at a restaurant where a friend of mine was the bartender, and my friend, the bartender, had been at my bar 2 days previously and was like, if you get there right at 5:30, I'll give you, the 4 of you, the corner of the bar, because that's the best place for 4 people is the corner of a bar. And of course, we got there at like 5:32, and there were 2 people sitting at the bar already, not on the corner, but where like they would have to have moved down 1 chair so that the 4 of us could take the corner. And the bartender sees us walk in the door, and I can see him be like, the people that I told you about, they are here, so do you mind moving down a seat? They do it, and then proceed to like berate me. Like the 4 of us sit down, and it's like, oh, it's boys. Boys get whatever they want. I guess we have to move down for these boys. And I was like, why are you, to do it to him? Don't do this to me. I'm just sitting here trying to enjoy my chicken parm. And then like half an hour, it like doesn't drop it. And then the partner of the one who's doing it is like, oh my God, you host that morning show. I was like, yeah, where I'm going to talk about this. If a bartender asks you to, like, be a cool bar person. Just
it's also like
move
a
around
it's like a
little.
no-lose situation. You're just helping someone out with absolutely, literally no loss to you.
Right. And it wasn't because we were boys. It was because there were 4 of us, and it makes sense to put 4 people on a corner so that they can talk to each other.
And also, you were friends with the bartender. Be friends with the bartender.
Yeah.
But after that attitude, I don't think he's ever going to be your friend.
No, be cool. Just be a cool co-customer. We're all in this together. And Peter was like, I didn't even notice. I didn't hear any of that. And I was like, I just smiled through the whole
Peter's
thing.
good at shutting it out. He has to deal with you every day.
I just want to warn people that when you are dealing with somebody who has to be nice at work, and so you normally see them just being nice all the time, if you catch them outside of work and you act like this, you might see the real them for a second.
Dun, dun, dun.
Just a
that also
fair
goes for
warning.
morning talk show.
Yeah. I know they're watching because they said you're that guy from the morning show. Just move over next time.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay, so in addition to yesterday, which was like, you know how you have like magical Provincetown days?
Yeah.
This yesterday was the top 10 though.
What happened?
Actually, do you know what one of my favorite ones? Do you remember Clay Island? That
Yes,
day, that
I
was so
do.
magical. Years ago, me and Bob spent a day with a group of friends on the beach, and it was so magical. And
Patches
nice.
Harbor, Clay Island.
Yeah. But Carnival was one of those days, and also Monday was one of those days. You got 2 in 1 week. Isn't that crazy?
That's spectacular.
Yeah, but this past Monday was the Carnival pool party at the Brass Key. Pool parties at the Brass Key are always a blast, especially the Carnival pool party. And the other one is the Bear Week pool party, also a ton of fun. But I was there on official capacity. I was the so one of my best friends, Todd, you might remember Tadana co-hosting with me. It's the only time we've had a drag queen co-host. Yeah. But they host the Carnival pool party every year. This year's themes was Let Them Eat Cake. I think I have pictures. Tadana looked fucking amazing. It was
She does.
wild.
She's one of the most gorgeous drag queens.
But like times 10, this like really, they put a lot of work into their outfit. It was really amazing. So I showed up and helped Tadana get in the look, a little hot gluing, a little pinning, a little scissors. And then we went over to the event. It was a rainy Monday, but it was still a lot of fun. Yeah. But so then we're in the like hotel room where all the talent is, the DJ, the Go-Go Boys. And then I see one of the Go-Go Boys show up, and I see him talking to Tyler, and it doesn't seem like it's going well. And then Tyler comes up to me like 10 minutes later. He's like, one of the Go-Go Boys just left. I'm going to need you to go dance. And I was like, okay. I actually split. So basically at their pool parties, they have 3 boxes and 4 go-go dancers and 10-minute shifts. So you start in the first box, do 10 minutes, second box 10 minutes, third box 10 minutes, and then you do 10 minutes in the room as like a break. So you need 4 to do the rotation. So me and Trevor split the 4th spot.
Trevor was go-going too.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Go-go dancing is fun.
Yeah.
But I was very sore the next day because I love to dance and I have a lot of fun while I dance. But when you're go-go dancing, you have to like really kick it up a notch. The movements have to be bigger. You really have to get people's
Sharp,
attention. Yeah. And I made a good amount of money go-go dancing.
I saw a picture with all these dollar bills coming out of
Exactly.
your
I think they're currently in the brewery drawer. So I changed them out for big bills. Yeah.
underwear.
Without washing them first. But it was so much fun.
A new career path, maybe?
God, I hope so. If you want to book me to go dance, everyone's like, yeah. But slay. But it was a ton of fun. It was such a blast. The pool party, the sun did end up coming out, and it was just such a fun vibe. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
That's fun. I do have one more fun.
Oh, I have
work
a
story to tell
little
you.
video of the pool party.
Okay.
1 second.
Is this
yeah.
of you dancing?
It's not of me dancing. The one of me dancing had was poor quality, which is probably for the best. But here we go. So fun. Did you say you have another rant?
No, it's not a rant. It's a fun work story. So like I was saying, a lot of these kids that we've gotten to know and love and work with this summer, it's time for some of them to leave already. And in every freshman class, we have favorites. And my favorite new person this year was a busboy whose name was Flo. Sorry to every other busboy that I met this year, but Flo was my favorite. And at the beginning of the summer, like that first really, really busy day where you can tell that the brand new people are like, oh shit, is this what it's going to be like?
Oh, it is.
Like he was behind the bar, like putting glasses away. And I stopped him and I was like, hey, we're going to leave the building and never come back, okay? And he's like, all right. And I said, our ride's almost here. I just called us a ride. It's a hot air balloon. And when it arrives, we're going to jump in and we're going to fly away and we're never coming back here ever again. And he was like, I can't wait. I was like, yay. So we had this like special little 2-second thing. And then a couple days later, I was like, let me see if I can find like a hot air balloon like lapel pin on the internet.
So
and it just came in the mail the other day. And I was like, it took a month. He was almost done his whole summer when this thing finally came in the mail. And I was like, hey, I have to give you something. Open this. And he was like, it was like a kid on Christmas. And he went, oh my God, a hot air balloon. And everybody else at work was like, what?
That's so cute.
They were like, why is he so excited about a lapel pin shaped like a hot air balloon? And I was like, none of you would understand, but Flo and I are never coming back here again.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Make your coworkers' day. Do something fun and cute. All it takes is a tiny little Etsy purchase.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so cute.
I know. I love you, Flo.
Okay, I do have one news story and then we'll move along. Guess what it's about?
What?
Women-
Girls basketball.
Women's basketball.
Sorry. Women's
Fuck,
basketball.
Bob.
Tell us.
So this past week, there was some monumental history made in women's basketball. The Connecticut Sun had their very first game at the TD Bank Garden. It's the first women's basketball game to ever happen at the Garden, and it was sold out. So the Connecticut Sun are based out of Mohegan Sun. I think when they were organizing the teams, they figured putting a team close to UConn would be good because there's such a big women's basketball culture that exists in Connecticut already.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and I think they even some of the stars from UConn end up filtering right in there, but they had their first game ever at the TD Bank Garden. They sold out, 19,000 tickets sold, and the Connecticut Sun did win 69-61. Basically, they're doing this because they're trying to solidify themselves as a New England team, kind of like the Patriots. And I think that's great. I can't wait. I'm going to probably in the fall go down and see a game of theirs at Mohegan Sun. They play at Mohegan Sun, which is why they're the Connecticut Sun.
That's great. And I mean, remember that everybody sent you that.
So many people. There's a content creator on TikTok who does these. He just sits down next to people on the subway and goes like, "What's your hot take?" And he sat next to this woman and she goes, "Women's basketball is better than men's basketball." Exactly. And she went on this whole rant, but it
made a very convincing case.
Oh yeah. Many points that I've made here on the show. But the amount of people who sent me that over the past week is astronomical. And I love that. I love that people see women's basketball getting lauded and think of me, a man. But one of the stars of the Connecticut Sun did have some criticism Dejanay Carrington said the game should have been on national television broadcast. You shouldn't have to pay for any type of subscription to see a game that's this historic. She also tweeted, since we've got to do our own promo, we're playing the Garden tonight and it's sold out. 19,000 tickets, the first women's basketball game at the Garden.
Way to go, Connecticut's done.
I think it has something to do with contracts that they're already in and they didn't expect this huge explosion in interest and popularity. But like, you can't watch any of the games unless you pay for an app. It seems like they need a marketing team. I downloaded the app at the beginning of the season on my TV to watch, and it's like a high school coding class put it together. It was a very bad app. It quickly got redeveloped, but sometimes it feels like the WNBA is fumbling the bag. Like they have so much opportunity right now to capitalize on, and they're not doing it. But I'm sure they'll figure it out, and I hope this popularity and attention can stay. And I hope everyone in town starts watching women's basketball with me.
Right on top of that, Rose.
Exactly. Okay, let's move along. We have a really special interview. It is Lisa Lampanelli, the ex-queen of meme. She is a retired comedian now.
She retired?
Yeah, she did. But our very good friend Peter Toto from the Provincetown Theater, from Wildcard Comedy over at the Gifford House. You can see him at piano bars around town. He sat down with Lisa Lampanelli to interview her about her upcoming show at the Provincetown Theater. Check this out.
It's Peter Toto, and this week I had the distinct pleasure of interviewing the one and only, the iconic Lisa Lampanelli. So check it out. First of all, thank you for coming on, Lisa. We really are so excited to have you at the theater. This is really major. So thank you so much for coming and doing your show.
Oh, no, I love it. And I love that you lead off with that nice compliment of how great I look. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Oh my God.
Just kidding, of course, because it's 10 a.m. or whatever time it is that we're taping this, or we're pretending it's live.
Yeah.
So whatever time it is, it's early. So you're lucky to have me.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Any time of day. First things first, this new show, how did it come into being, and what was the original inspiration that drew you to start writing it?
Right. Well, as if anyone who knows my career knows, I retired publicly in 2018. I always say I canceled myself before cancel culture got me. It was just that I no longer kind of loved the stand-up lifestyle. And for me, it felt limiting. I was like, well, I consist of more than just insult comedy, even though it was great.
Yeah.
So with the new show, I was examining like, wow, that's really hard to find what's next for you or what the right thing is. And I thought, wow, after the pandemic and after people retire and after people have kids or whatever it is, or a loss in their life, they're going to struggle with some feelings of irrelevance and not being special, and are like, whoa, I'm lost. And since I had 6 years of feeling that way after 2018, I was like, oh, let me write about this. So it was pretty intense.
Especially, I can imagine it being in such a public figure. And how did you come about that decision to take a step back and to say that, like, this isn't serving me anymore?
It's really that I started to notice what I did and didn't like about my life, instead of that whole full steam ahead, got to just keep going and you're successful. So it's hard to quit something you're successful at. It seems like no one ever escapes show business, and it was nice to escape show business, to come back in these little ways. But this is also a different kind of show too. It's not comedy. It's pretty serious. And I mean, it's not like it's unfunny. Like there are laughs, but that is definitely not the focus of the show, because if I wanted big laughs, I could just go back to stand up. Yeah, it's pretty cool that it's a different tone. And I gave an interview to a paper last week, a P-Town newspaper, and I was like, if you want to get drunk and have a good time, don't come.
Yeah.
I was like, go see Dina Martino. So I might even skip my show and do that instead. No, but it's so not the old me. And I think a lot of that ties into the theme of the show, where sometimes people just want you to stay stuck. They want you to stay the old you.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you are so successful at being one version of yourself, it is this thing of like, that's who you have to be. So it does take a lot of courage to do what you've done, truly. Do you think also this side of you that you haven't necessarily been able to show before, that you will be showing in this in this reading, do you think this is something that was always a part of you, I suppose, that you just never got the chance to, or was it something you maybe consciously like suppressed? You know?
I think you'll talk to any comic, and not to be dramatic because it's kind of funny. Doing stand-up comedy is a trauma response. Like there is no way
Yeah.
we're okay. But the thing is, then there's the other parts of us that we're ignoring. It's like, oh, those other parts are brewing in there. You're just not letting them out because you're too scared because you're getting so much love from this wacky persona. And
Yeah.
I wasn't even wacky. I was so hardcore, and people still loved it. So how much? Let's like analyze that in therapy, right? Like
Yeah.
how much? I always say, thank God my audience hates themselves more than I hate myself.
What are you hoping that people take away from this show?
It would be really nice if this message, though, about you can still find relevance later, if that was out there. I was 50, whatever, when I retired, 56 or whatever. I would say, oh, I don't need anything. Like, I'm really lucky that I had this career so I could save some money. And my call to action is pretty clear in this show. It's like, stop striving, stop trying so hard, stop making yourself insane with trying to be something, and just be. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good time.
It's Saturday, August 31st, 7 p.m.
Yeah, and we're going to do a talk back after the show. So personally, for the small price you're charging just for them to get to ask me a question, I think it's pretty good.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited for your show. So we will see everyone there.
Cool. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Peter, and thank you, Lisa.
Please welcome back to the show our friend Jeff Petriello, who said he hasn't been here since 2020.
I think so. I was like very early on.
In the early days,
Did we
not
not-
counting Mary Harry.
Wait, we had you on for the pasta tarot.
Did
No, I don't think you ever did.
I think we had you and other people.
No. I don't believe that.
We'll
I
have to
don't
look
believe it
into
either.
it.
Check the archive.
Archivist?
You're yelling at no one. So Jeff is our local game designer.
Yeah,
If you've ever been frustrated with strands in the New York Times, it's his fault.
Yeah.
partly. Yeah, in part at least.
So how did you get involved with doing games for the New York Times?
Oh, the New York Times actually, it was such a long journey, but the short of it is that I applied for a job at Times working on the crossword back in 2016 before they had a game team or anything. And I was rejected after being interviewed, in part because I had never worked with engineers directly, which really pissed me off and sent me into like a 4-year spiral of re-educating myself in order to be qualified to have this job. So I went to like an engineering boot camp. I used that to get into a master's program in game design. And then I applied like 3 more times after I graduated until I actually got a job there. So
You're like the Safira Cristal of the New York Times.
I really went for it.
Sometimes you have to apply 4 or 10 times.
So did you start working on the crossword?
No, well, when I originally applied, that was like the only game.
Right.
But now, actually, the crossword is one of the only games that I haven't worked on.
Oh, no way.
Connections.
Yeah. Connections was the first new game that I produced. So
I love
that
it.
was a
That's
fun-
fun.
It really took off. I think that's my favorite game on New York Times now.
I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Winna, who makes that puzzle every day, it's like incredible. She basically has like a parasocial relationship with like the globe now. It's very cool. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
failed 2 days ago. Thanks, Winna.
Yeah, I failed too.
Well, you win a some and you lose a some.
Did you guys get streaks yet? Do you have a connection streak?
I
No.
lost.
What's that?
Yesterday was so busy. I forgot to do it yesterday.
So like we have Wordle streaks, which is like the amount of days that you've completed Wordle, and if you don't do it or you fail, it breaks,
Right.
right? So like people enjoy
Mhm.
having the largest streak that they can. And we just introduced streaks and sets to connections.
Oh.
Not everyone has it yet. It's still being rolled
I
out,
have
which is
it.
why
I
I'm
don't
at
have
90,
it.
92%. Is that bad?
that's amazing. That's better. I
Okay,
think
that's
I have
good.
90.
Oh,
So
wow.
Send
yeah.
me that. I want that.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have it now, you'll have it shortly. I
Okay.
promise.
Yeah.
My Wordle streak, I think, is 54, which is not that great.
I think that's pretty good.
Is it?
One of my biggest frustrations is like on TikTok, people complaining about connections, and it's like they don't understand how the game works. It's these 4 go together, but it's like you need 4 of them. Like you need 4 groups of 4. That's the whole game. And
Yeah.
they try to trip you up by putting other things that could be in a category, but they can't be in a category, and the other things still be in a category.
It's really interesting. We learned a lot from that process. When Connections first came out, it was really hard for people to understand that other words could also form a category, but
Yeah.
it wasn't the right category
Right.
It's
for
for
the puzzle.
categories of 4.
Exactly.
Right.
So it really took a while for that concept to go through. It was something that we consistently had trouble communicating. And if you go back to the early Connections puzzles, they're much more straightforward, actually. As people have learned the game, we have been able to sort of stretch our creativity in puzzle making as we've gone. And so now when we make new games, we consider that. We're like, the first puzzles are going to kind of be a whole learning experience for like the culture before we can really
You get
sink
feedback.
into the possibilities.
Yeah.
And your brain starts to work that way. My brain doesn't work in the strands way yet.
I know.
I'm getting
Well,
there.
they go every different
Yeah.
way.
For me, it's like if I can figure out the category.
Uh-huh.
I'm also like a strands badass. Hints don't exist to me. I'm not.
Oh, wow.
I'm not
Yeah,
getting
one of
hints.
those.
Okay.
You don't get hints?
No, I'm figuring it out.
Wow. I'm figuring it out.
Okay, my least favorite Connections categories are always homophones. I'm homophonic.
Oh, wow.
Homophone-phobic.
Homophonobic.
Yeah.
Or also when they are like, oh, this, but with a different letter that starts with it.
Mine are the ones that always trip me up are like the start of other words.
Right.
I'm never good with those.
It's basically all the category because I see the word and I think about that word.
the meaning.
The meaning of that word. So like when it's like, oh, but it's because it's a different it starts with a color. I'm like, ugh.
Well, one thing, I know the colors are a little obscure, but one thing you can count on is that the purple category is the most difficult, and most of the time it is going to be a word play scenario where you're not necessarily thinking about the meaning.
Whenever I get purple first, I'm like,
Purple first.
I'm not like other girls.
Walk into the club first.
Yes. Literally. So how did the development of strands happen?
So Strand started out with this idea of like, what could we do with the traditional word search as like a folk game, as something that is a pretty long-standing pastime? Is there some twist that we can put on it? That's how a lot of our concepts start, is like, what is something, how can we elevate something or bring it into just like a new sphere that feels Timesian, if you will. And so we started with the traditional word search, and we just kind of just kept iterating on it through the process. One of the, I think, most interesting things was the hint system, which you famously do not utilize. But also the idea that the whole board would be filled with color at the end of the game. That was really like a breakthrough moment for us. Because normally in a word search, you have a list of words already, right, that you're looking for, and they're kind of scattered within this like big plot of letters that aren't necessarily part of words. But this is like kind of the itch is, that every single one of those letters like is part of a word. You just can't see it yet. And I think that's fun.
In addition to not using the hints, I also really try to get the spangram first.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to do yellow, blue, 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 blue.
Damn.
You have a lot of time on your hands.
No, I'm just real smart.
I love that.
Me too.
It's important. It's important to create your own challenges.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't have enough. Also, tell us a little about the Pasatero.
Yeah. So actually, back when I was first on the show, I was probably working on this. It's a tarot deck that I made with my friend Rob Trulio, who's also an incredible drag queen, and a designer named Lindsay Mound. And it's a pasta-themed tarot deck.
So beautiful.
It was my COVID project, and I kickstarted it. It did well, and then it wound up being published by Penguin Random House. So
That's amazing.
it's available everywhere. So yeah, it's pretty fun. Would you like me to draw a card for you? See if you have something maybe you can think about. For the deck. So I do this every day, actually.
It's a really good practice in mindfulness.
Definitely. I actually have like a giant spreadsheet that I do like stats for.
That's a practice in something else.
Wow.
Yeah. Where I just draw a card every day and I try to read about it, even if I've read about it 10 million times, and take a look at it and just try to relate how it fits to my day. So we'll do that for y'all. I just do a little shuffle and then, just pick. All right, what'd you got?
I got 7 of Rapiena, which is perfect because I love filled pasta.
Oh my gosh.
I have 7 of Lunga,
Ooh, 2 sevens.
and I have a
Okay.
dog on mine.
Oh my god, I have a man in like a snake jacket with 7 tortellinis.
Yes, we could start with this one.
Okay.
So the 7 of Ripiena. Ripiena is Italian for stuffed, so stuffed pastas.
Mhm.
This is an analog for the suit of cups or hearts in a traditional playing card deck. And the 7 of Ripiena is kind of being like, it could be about a lot of things like daydreaming, fantasizing, being distracted. You'll see like all these tortellini up in the air, like you're not sure which one is going to land, which one you want. It's really about sort of the overwhelmingness of choice and what that might mean for you in that moment. So if that feels good, continue to daydream, and if not,
Yeah.
So the 7 of Lunga, Lunga is
Lunga.
long noodles. This is swords or spades, and you have this adorable dog, which I named Bucatini because everyone
I
loves
love
Bucatini.
bucatini. It
And
holds
this-
the sauce so well.
Exactly. And this dog just ate all the pasta. So even though it did something bad, you can't really hate it because it's
That's
so adorable.
Bob wrapped up in a card.
So that card is a lot about like, yeah, sneaking, getting something that you shouldn't, having someone sneak and get something away from you, but like ultimately walking away and looking cute.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Put that in your spreadsheet.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god, thank you so much for coming in, Jeff. This was really a treat.
Thanks for having
Um,
me.
Where
So
can they
if-
get these?
You can get the Pastacharo at like a lot of bookstores, Barnes and Noble. You can also get it on Amazon. Bezos is helping me out, and it's under $20, so it makes a really great stocking stuffer.
Oh,
and,
definitely.
yeah, dinner party.
Is this the box that comes in?
Yeah.
So cute.
I know, it's very
Yeah. So if you're walking down Commercial Street and you see Jeff and you hated the strands today and it stumped you,
Yeah,
slap him in the face.
I'll take
Jesus
it.
Christ. Thank you so much for being
Thanks.
here.
Also,
for
thank
having
you. Sit there. Thank you so much for that leather vest I wore in the carnival parade yesterday was a borrow from Jeff. So thank you so much. My
Sharing leather is really important.
very important.
Better luck on the next episode
has-
of Mary Harry.
It has glitter on it.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you very
It's very
much. Sure. Let's head over to the weather with Sean. He's going to tell us how good it is.
Good morning, guys. It's a fabulous morning here in the West End, the day after our 46th annual carnival, and I am exhausted. It's been a busy weekend overall, but yesterday was special. The weather was perfect. We had clear skies and abundant sunshine, warm temps, and a palatable sense of joy that was pervasive throughout town. And it was packed. I can't remember the last time town was this busy. Tea-dance after the parade was bursting at the seams, and everyone was in full swing celebration mode. Great news on the weather forecast for the rest of the weekend. We will see gorgeous conditions through Sunday, and much like the wet beginning of this past week, where it felt just a little too much like fall for me, we will see showers move into the area from Monday and Tuesday, but the sun will return on Wednesday. Tides for the weekend are still feeling the effect of the recent supermoon. Your feet will be wet for the walk to Boy Beach, but late night activities should be fine. Finally, my good friend and our Wake Up Traffic correspondent, Ann Hutchinson, had to leave town because she couldn't bear to see the streets fuller than her walking tour. But she does have a show tonight at 8:30 at Red Room 258 Commercial. I will be there. Make sure to get your tickets too. Don't forget, if it's Friday, it's dog tag tea at the boat slip. Gear up and report for duty starting at 4. Everyone have a great weekend. For those of you in town, I will see you at tea. Guys, back to you at the brewery.
Thank you for that, Sean. Now everybody get out there and enjoy some amazing Provincetown weather.
He's looking really good in these weather videos.
Yeah, no kidding.
Please welcome the gorgeous queen of the desert, Edie.
Speaking of looking good,
Yeah.
lady, early day, early riser.
Not too bad for this early in the morning.
Do you have a show tonight?
I do not.
Oh, good.
So this is
Oh,
just
excuse
for
me.
you.
Thank you. You don't even have a show today? Oh my goodness.
Okay, maybe I'm doing that lunch thing at patio.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, drag
Tony's
brunch. Tony drag brunch at
Yeah,
patio
but I'm
today.
doing it because I'm already.
Yeah, perfect.
That's
I've never
crazy.
done it before. It's exciting.
It's big. It's fun.
I heard.
It's a good
That's
time.
great. Like a star amongst them.
Wow. Who?
All the
I'm kidding.
townies. Exactly.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah. So tell us a little about your show, Edie, Queen of the Desert.
Okay. So I live in Las Vegas,
Mhm.
and I'm still there, even though my show closed. And so I was in Cirque du Soleil, and the show closed, but I stayed in Vegas because I bought a house, and I really love it. It's a really fabulous place. So I decided to call my show Edie, Queen of the Desert for that reason. And then the other reason is that it's the 30th anniversary of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Right.
The movie, yes. And so and with all the hype of that they're going to make a sequel and everybody has signed on, and I don't know how much is true and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just super exciting. But I wanted to celebrate the 30th anniversary of this incredible movie, so I took my life in Vegas and that.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love the poster, and when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, it's amazing. How did you get the glitter on it?
Yeah.
And you were like, I put glitter on each poster.
I put glitter on each poster.
Really?
Yes, I did.
It's so
It's something
amazing.
I've always wanted to do,
Yeah.
just like for years and years. I've always wanted to do something, just to make mine pop more.
Uh-huh.
And but this was a perfect thing because it's a little take on that Priscilla scene where she's on the bus and the silver fabric's flying.
Yeah.
So I have that thing, and I wanted that to be all sparkly, and yeah.
Is this one of your favorite movies ever?
It's really amazing. I mean, 30 years ago when it came out, it was, and then me doing what I do, even though I didn't do it at that moment, but just a couple months later is when it happened. I did it in New York City for the first time. And so it's just kind of this magic, kind of made it okay, or made it kind of fun. And I don't know. It's just a very special. And I talk about it in the show, so you have to see the show to see what I'm trying to say now, but I'm not going to.
Is it your third summer back in P-Town now?
Since I left
Yeah.
for Cirque, yes.
Happy to be back.
Of course, it's magic. And I get to come with my partner who wrote a show. I'm not sure if you heard about it. No. So it's kind of fun. We both get to be here. I support him doing his show, The Devil Wears Payless, and he supports me doing my show, Edie, Queen of the Desert.
No, I do love that about you two. You're both so supportive and offer both of your creative minds to each other to make each other's projects better.
Even though we're both artists, and a lot of people say they would never date another artist and all that stuff, we're both artists, but we're both so different.
Yeah.
He's a writer, a playwright, and stuff. And I always thought I could never do any of that stuff. And then I'm a dancer, musical theater and stuff. And he's like, I could never do that stuff. So we really help each other. I look to him for guidance. And after 25 years together, he gave me the courage to be able to write my own shows and tweak them and fix them. Or we make suggestions to each other.
Oh, yeah.
He'll write his shows, and then he has to come running out of the bedroom to read it to me, and I'll say, that's terrible. Start again. And so it's really, really great. We really do. It really is kind of a perfect little mashup.
And like many a starlet before you, all you ever really wanted to do was direct. Branching out into directing.
I want to agree with you, but
she wants to kick those legs.
yeah, I need to like, pow. I'm sorry.
But you did direct The Devil Wears Payless, and it was such a fun experience. It's just such a fun cast. The five of us are. Yeah. It's really great.
It is the easiest cast we've ever worked with, and Jamie keeps saying it over and over because there's been a lot of drama. When you have to go to such a tiny little pool, Provincetown, and then you have to find like 4 incredible actors, and P-Town is a quirky place, right? And there's a lot of kind of quirky personalities. So there's always been one little element that's been like off or kind of, oh. And this is the first time we've ever done the show of 4 amazing actors, like really, really amazing actors. Like they always ask me afterwards, like, do you have any notes? I'm like, not for you guys.
Yeah, it was funny. Jonathan, who did Sharks Creek, was like, "Oh, and we'll get notes every night for the first few weeks, and then it just kind of once or twice, 3 times we did notes.
That's
but
how strong the cast is.
Mhm.
You guys are incredible. You're really
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you.
I think you get the least notes because you're so consistent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which is a good. I feel like it's a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah.
Jonathan tries new things every night.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm impressed by that because my
Yeah.
brain is like, dude, the show.
Yeah.
But
I'm like that too.
Yeah,
I can be
right.
very much like that in that work mode. Just do it well, stay consistent, keep it still like
Yeah.
exciting, like it's the first time you're doing it.
I also
And
think
you do that.
I also think one of the biggest things about this show that I feel like none of us have really thought about is like the whole show is Eden playing Andy. She is every other line. It's her. It's her talking to people, and she's
It's
just
her story.
Yeah, and she's just so consistent. Really showed up prepared every day. So like, might definitely have to tip my hat to her for just being like amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
How many more Edies
Back
do we
to
have?
me. Yeah, back to me. What?
How many more Queen of the Desert?
I don't know. What's today? Maybe 5, 7, 8.
20.
Do you have a calendar?
You're running out of your opportunity to see both of these
Mhm.
shows.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So get out there.
What nights is it at the
Well,
Red Room?
actually, they're staying longer.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you're not staying with us?
I have to leave. I'm going to go perform in the
Oh.
Midwest and in New
Oh,
York
great.
City
Work.
for the closing of Laurie Beachman Theater.
Oh,
Oh, it's so sad, but they invited me. I'm so excited. and then I'm going to come back here for maybe a show or two. So
Work.
yeah.
Awesome. What nights is it at the Red Room?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, 7:00.
Yeah. Come.
That's
Come
false
see these legs. Come see these legs
choreography.
kick. I said, come see these legs kick.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming in this morning, looking as ravishing as you look.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ravished.
Let's head over. Babes and Boys didn't have time to put together a full event calendar, but they did put together a really incredible slideshow of Carnival Day. Let's check this out.
I love you.
You say you want a revolution. Well, you know, we all want to change the world. You tell me that it's evolution. Well, you know, we all want to change the world. But when you talk about destruction, don't you know that you can count me out? Don't you know it's gonna be alright? Alright. Alright. You say you got a real solution. Well, you know, we'd all love to see the plan. You ask me for a contribution. Well, you know, we all do what we can. But if you want money for people with minds that hate, all I can tell you is that you have to wait. You know it's gonna be alright. 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 Alright.
Thank you, Babes and Boys. And also, I want to congratulate the entire team that put together the Carnival Parade, especially Carmen and Trevor. Sam helped so much. Todd ran the parade yesterday. Big congratulations to a very, very successful Carnival weekend parade.
Please welcome back to the show our friend Steve Greenberg. He of What the Heck Is That fame.
Did you find more gadgets?
I found more gadgets.
Where?
That's why I'm here. Otherwise, I'd be nothing to talk about with
To
you
trip
guys.
us up.
I know you've already tested them on other people. How did everyone else do?
Actually, Edie was tested.
Edie, how'd you do?
And she did pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh, you got one. Great.
So
You got one.
here's take a good look at it.
Has this
There's
been
the
inside of
mystery
someone?
Is it a Diva cup?
It has not been inside any
Okay.
humans.
Okay.
Any
take a look.
humans?
Oh, no,
I'm
that's not
just
okay.
kidding.
No, it's attempted humor, but no.
Okay, it's squishy.
It's squishy.
There's a hole in the bottom,
two holes on top.
and the side hole connects. Is it a wine pourer?
It is not a wine pourer, but
Because I figured you like put it in the bottle and you could pour, and it would let
excellent.
the.
It's like aerated. No,
Yeah.
it's nothing like that.
How about Carl?
No,
No.
no,
Carl. Like engine oil.
no.
Jeez.
It's very squishy. I'm letting
Yeah,
folks at
very
home get a
squishy.
good look at it if they
Uh-huh.
can see it. Okay. So you want the answer on this one?
No, I want
Okay.
to think about it.
One more. Okay.
You don't know.
What is it called? Dream Farm.
That's the company that makes it.
It's not like sleeping related.
Nothing to do with sleeping. Nope.
Plants.
Nothing to do with plants.
Does this go inside something? Like that? Does it sit inside something?
The way you have it, no.
Oh, inside something like this,
Okay.
or something goes in it?
Yes.
A flower.
No.
Oh,
He
weird.
said no
Shut
plants.
up. I don't know. I'm stumped.
What is it?
One
What
stump.
the heck is that?
What the heck? It's called Tappy. It goes on your tap water, your faucet coming down.
Uh-huh.
It sticks on it like that.
When you
The
squeeze
water
the
when you
bottom.
squeeze the bottom, it becomes a drinking fountain.
I had one of these when I was little. It was the killer whale.
Yeah, oh, that's right. I actually remember that when I was a kid too. This is from the folks at Dream Farm. This is kind of a
Cool.
Isn't that a cool idea?
So you don't need the cup to like rinse.
Right, right. So you can
it and, like,
squeeze
turn
it, get a
into
drink of water.
fountain.
Especially little kids are constantly.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so I'll give you guys a so-so on that
Like
one.
a 2 out of 10.
Okay. Here's our next. Here's a mystery gadget right
Is it a
here.
sounding pole?
Has this one been inside of somebody?
This has never been inside that I'm aware of.
Ooh.
Oh, we should ask emergency room people.
Did you get this one, Edie?
I can't even begin. Does this go on something?
Yeah, it does go.
Does it snuff a candle?
Doesn't snuff a candle, but that's a great guess.
Is this decoration or
No, it's
functional?
very functional.
Do you put something on the pole?
No.
You just wanted to say on the pole.
Oh,
It does seem.
Wine bottle of the thing that you break the bottom out of a wine bottle.
Mark makes a guess from the sidelines. The answer is no, but it was very dramatic. Very dramatic.
No clue.
No clue. No clue.
Does it go like this or like
No.
this?
That's a great question. It goes like that.
Does this have is like a level of some sort? Like it
No, but it is important. Not an abacus for a toddler.
for someone who can only count to 1?
Is it nautical?
It's not nautical. I'll even give you a hint.
Culinary,
It's culinary.
Oh.
baking.
No, more like on the eating side.
I quit.
Yeah, right.
Ironically, I actually just picked this up. I'm staying at Breakwater. Excuse me, at Benchmark. Excuse me. I don't even know where I'm staying. Benchmark, and the Dan's there had this, and you put it on top of your egg, your soft-boiled egg. You drop it a few times, and it breaks the shell perfectly, so you can go in there, scoop out your soft-boiled egg.
That is
Genius.
some-
By the way, it's available on Amazon under $10.
Work.
And very cool. Okay, next one. I'm going to even just give you a little bit of hint. I'm going to at least turn it on, slightly electronic. Take a look at it. You got those buttons there.
Yeah. This one is like a light bulb.
Yeah, and the other one is not. This looks like a South Park character,
Yeah.
but it's not. Nothing to do with South Park.
It vibrates a little.
Yeah.
Yes. It vibrates a little bit. There's 2 buttons on the top. One is to
Control the vibration.
right, and the other one
The
is
other
to
is the
control the
light.
light, which is hard to see because
Is it for babies?
it is for a baby.
Is it to
Ooh.
like mimic like wombs like noise kind of thing?
I'm a possible. I mean,
Because it kind of has like a
yeah, it has a little beat to it. So I think that's where its science goes back to. But the function of it, why a parent would get it, is for what reason? Why would you purchase this?
To
What problem does it solve?
make the baby stop crying.
soothing to soothe the baby
There we go. I'm going to give you more points for that. Yeah. And where would you put this?
in their bassinet.
Yeah, in the while they're sleeping, it goes on the mattress and it vibrates the mattress a little bit. It's got a little bit of a glow light.
Is it for babies that sleep in the car to mimic a car?
Well, it's mimicking a car so that when they're at home sleeping in a bed,
Yeah.
they get back into that mode of
Yeah.
sleeping. It's supposedly very effective. It's called Zed from the folks at Rocket. It's about $40, and it has that car-like vibrations to help get the
So I
baby
was
to
right.
sleep. I'm giving him the points. Very good. I have to say, Edie got that one too.
Yay! We know our babies.
They know their babies. I have to say, Varla did not.
Take that, Varla. She's a colleague.
Okay, she's a colleague. Oh, you're using her lines. Okay, next. I don't want you to read.
That's
the
what I wore to
label.
the underwear party last night.
This is I got this from So don't read this label because I
Okay.
didn't cover it, which is a little sloppy on my part. So just do your part. Just look at it without.
It goes over a high heel shoe.
Does not go over a high heel shoe.
It's Edie's tucking panties.
It is not.
Okay, I was like, oh, this is the Velcro.
Yeah. Again, like
An animal of some sort?
does go for an animal.
It does?
Is it a cat
Costume?
costume?
It is not a cat costume, and it's more than a costume. I want to make that very clear.
Okay.
It serves a very important function.
Oh.
Is this for their wiener?
It is not for their.
Is it for their face?
Well, I mean, showing we want.
Like,
Like
just in case they have to pee while they wear it?
No, I don't. No, I don't think that's how. No, I would say no. That's not. Here's another one.
Okay.
Take a good look.
I want to open it just to see, like, because you open it to put it on, I'm guessing.
Yep, and then Velcro to close it. Don't,
Oh, and
read,
it
don't
has-
read the label. 'cause
It
that's
does
not
have like
fair.
a little pocket.
It does have a little pocket, and this one has a kind of a filled.
Oh, it's
pocket.
like a what do you call it?
Like a menstrual pad for an animal?
Yeah.
But it's not that.
Okay.
A
For
diaper.
an incontinent
Okay,
older dog.
we got the.
It's diaper-esque.
It's diaper-esque, yeah.
For an animal.
For an animal. What animal are we talking about here?
A dog?
It's not a
A
dog.
bird.
Bingo.
Really?
Yep. These are bird diapers.
What?
They're and like if you had a bird, anybody at home who has a
Edie, you
bird,
didn't get this?
no, it wasn't part of her. It wasn't part of. So the people who have birds know that first they don't want them in a cage. They fly around free in their house and they poop every 15 minutes. So in case you don't want a house filled with poop,
Right.
these are flight suits, and inside goes a bird diaper so that the bird is not making a mess.
You can
around
get
the
it
house.
at www.avianfashions.com.
He took my next line. That's exactly at avianfashions.com.
My bird's a size 20.
A husband and wife team started this, and it's turned into like a real cottage industry. They're making a lot of money, from what I understand. So,
Yeah. If you want to
never
call
know.
them, it's 1-888-412-POOP. That is the phone
That
number.
is the
you're
phone
right.
number.
Wow.
And what other number would it be? Okay, next. This one's a little tricky. There we go.
Oh.
What the heck is this?
Okay.
Mark's thinking. I see him struggling on this one. Show the audience a little bit.
Does this pop out when something is done? Like, is it a...
Doesn't pop out when it's done.
Doesn't?
Doesn't pop out, and it's got a little door here. I think I should show you that
Yeah.
much.
Oh, okay.
Okay, a little door.
Is this the
open.
top?
I would say that's the bottom. Yeah, I'd say it's the bottom. But this is one of those things without a top and bottom.
Okay.
It solves a problem.
Solves a problem. Does this balloon fill up at all?
Just as much as it is right there.
Huh.
So something
Does this
go
motion
into-
of in and out, like...
Oh, that's very important. That
Okay.
in and out is
Happens a lot.
what makes
To peel an egg.
doesn't peel an egg, but excellent guess because there is something like that that looks like that does peel an egg. Mark's on top of it. I like that.
You put something in here.
You put something in there.
A liquid.
It
No,
doesn't open a lot.
that's all it opens. Yep. It's from France.
Not a liquid.
Food.
Butter.
Food,
Butter.
not butter.
Garlic peeler.
Nope.
Right, shake.
What's the guess too?
Herbs.
Not herbs.
Cheese.
Not cheese.
Oh.
I throw in the towel.
Yeah.
Okay. What you do is you put a nut in here. I have a nut here somewhere. I don't know if I have time to pull it out of there, but anyway, you put a nut in here. You grab the nut with this. And then you pull it back,
No.
and it shatters the shell. You open it up, and you have nut cracked. You're
Really?
from France. It is called.
Right.
It's called tea nut. like TNUT, T-Nut, Nutcracker. It's from FrenchWink.com.
Huh.
And it does work. I've
How
cracked
did you
many an
discover
egg.
that?
I was at a trade show. And I was like, what the heck is that? And next thing you know, I had it. Okay.
Let's do one more really fast.
One more really fast. Oh my gosh. This one, I'll make it an easy one.
Oh, good. We're still not going to get it.
What
It's a knife sharpener.
No, but a good guess.
What is this? Oh, it charges.
It does charge. And that lights up, obviously.
Does it click? The bottom is metal.
Mirror.
Nothing. Does anything move?
Nothing
Oh, there is.
Toothbrush charger.
There is a on and off switch all in there.
in there, inside there.
Is it an iron? It is an iron.
Bing, 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 bing,
Got
bing. We
hot
have a
fast.
winner. It's a travel iron from a company called Rydia, about
Amazing.
$32. And the reason the button is in there so it doesn't accidentally go on. You charge it up, it gets kind of, nice and warm. And it's good for, just touching up a shirt or something when you're traveling.
Oh my God, that's so
Oh,
cute.
I need one of these.
Yeah.
So
What's
a
it
company
called?
called Rydia. And it's available on thegrommet.com. Rydia.
I
So
feel
you
like,
never see?
yeah, it'd be good if you like polo shirts at work. The colors always flip up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
See how you guys did very well. You see?
you.
You say, oh, we can't do it. They did great. They
Bird
did very well.
diapers.
Bird diapers. Can't go wrong with that.
Get your bird diaper at avianfashions.com.
That's right. Ooh, you remember
I'm not
saying that?
poking fun. It's it's just not a problem. I realized it existed.
People who have birds.
Yeah.
They all
I
know.
think either if you had a bird, you would have been like, oh, I know it's because
Right.
people who don't have
It
birds.
sounds like birds
No.
aren't for me.
I'm not a bird
Yeah.
person, but I'm happy that people do like them.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like they should be outdoors, but not in my house.
Thank you so much for coming in. Tell them where they can find the show.
Check out What the Heck Is That? If you like gadgets, if you like a game show, go to gadgetgameshow.com. You click on the little red bar, and it takes you right to the YouTube channel. It also streams on DBTV. So if you have DBTV, you can watch it or watch it on YouTube. What the heck is that? I need viewers. I need likes. I need subscribes. Help me out.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Always a
this morning.
pleasure. Thanks so much.
Have fun with your carnival hangovers today. We will be doing the same. Big thank you to our sponsors, the Crown and Anchor, the Provincetown Brewing Company, Shipwreck at the Brass Key, the Provincetown Business Guild, the Boat Slip, PTV, P-Town Tourism. Yeah.
Thank you for waking up in Provincetown.
Wherever you are, we'll see you next week.
Good morning, everybody. Wake up. Wake up, wake up. In Provincetown.